You don't start over because you're brave. You start over because staying becomes unbearable for you. And you think that the hardest part is leaving, but it's not. The hardest part is finding out you brought yourself with you. And I sold everything. I sold a 20k streaming set with dual PCs, 3 monitors, mixers, mic, lights, everything. And I sold it for way cheaper than it was worth. And I drove it to someone's home and helped him setting everything in his room up and then going back home and coming back to an empty desk. And right now in 2026, more people than ever are quitting and resetting than at any time in modern history. And most of them are doing it for the same wrong reason I personally did. And here is what I finally understood. So let me show you what I mean. So the empty desk for me wasn't because I was failing. I was ignoring over 5 weeks every signal that is pointing me that I was quitting. And I just didn't call it quitting. I just called it clarity or something else. I said something like I wasn't made for this. And when I said this out loud, I felt a self-relief because I thought that I wasn't built for that. But I wasn't honest with myself. And that's what nobody tells you about quitting, is that it feels like a decision. And this is the first thing. Nobody tells you you're about to start over, that it feels like a decision. But it's not. It's the last point of a 5-week progress. So I know exactly when it actually started. So the week 1, I stopped replying to comments on my videos. And week 2, I told myself that I needed a break. Week 3 was I was searching for other paths. Week 4 was that I had a bad stream and didn't want to stream anymore. And week 5, I said to my girlfriend that maybe I wasn't built for this. And she nodded and I felt relieved again. And I finally had the language for that. And at week 6, I listed everything online. And by the time everything was sold, I wasn't looking at the empty desk. I was looking at an aftermath that started over 5 weeks ago. And here is what I actually know now, that every new restart, everything that changes from the outside but doesn't change from the inside follows you in the next city, in the next project, in the next idea. It follows you everywhere you go because it's inside of you. You're the problem. And if you ever felt like no matter how much you change the outside, something inside you feels the same and stays the same, then you're on the right place, my friend. Because every week I go deeper into that conversation on my channel. And if you don't want to miss any future video, hit that subscribe button and be a part of the community. And here's what starting over actually changes. It's context. What do I mean with that? If you have a new room, new setup, new lighting, new environment, and the old operating system, then the story will repeat itself just with better equipment. But if you're changing the operating system, then everything will change, regardless of your gear. Because I thought for a long time that if I had better gear, if I have a better room, if I have a better PC, that eventually the streaming version of me will show up. But it didn't, because it wasn't all about the equipment, it was all about me. I was the thing that held me back. And eventually everything made sense, because if I keep upgrading my streaming setup and still are the same child 13 years ago, nothing really changed, because internally I was still the 30-year-old child back then, just with a bigger streaming setup. So your system don't changes if you have new gear, a new house, new car. It changes if you're honest with yourself. It changes when you start to ask yourself, not where should I go next, but if you answer yourself honest, what am I running away from? What should I face straight on? And the question will be hard, because it won't give you a new ticket to fly away on holiday and change everything again. It will give you silence. And if you sit for long enough in that silence, eventually it will become clear what you're running away from and what to actually change. And for me, the real reason I already restarted was that I was afraid of progress. And what do I mean with that? I was afraid of building something slowly, without any signals that it's working, with moments, with days, months, without somebody watching. I was afraid of that, and I resold all my streaming setup. I bought new equipment, I resold it again, I tried this, I tried that, because it looked like momentum, because if I sell an old PC and buy a better and newer one, then eventually I will be a better streamer. But it wasn't like that. I was keep running away from the ordinary progress. And the second thing that eventually had changed something inside me was not a new setup, was just a decision on that empty desk with nothing on it, one decision to build something, regardless if somebody's watching or not. And I decided to make this YouTube channel because I am so long in the YouTube game and I never stick through it because, as I mentioned in this video, I was keep running away because the growth was slow. And let me tell you something, if you keep doing something over and over again, day by day, it will compound. And not in a month, not in a year, maybe in 5 years, you will have so much built up skill that nobody can reach your level because you've done this day by day, for months, for years, and you will eventually get better at that. Not by starting professionally, by starting with a good video. You need to start with a bad video because you only learn from the mistakes you made. And I've made mistakes for over 13 years and this was half of my life I wasted. And I understand it now. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how close were you to that same exact situation I was, to selling, for example, all your gear? Tell me that in the comments. I will answer and I will read all of the comments. I will read it if you listen to the video. And here's the hard truth. Restarting is available to you at any moment. You don't need to sell your gear and you don't need to face things that you're running away from. You can reset so many times, but you need to be honest with yourself, to stick to something that you truly love and you truly believe in yourself. Because now you know what the real cost of starting over means, and actually cost eventually. I mean, 13 years, it's a long time. So you already know what you're running away from. The question is, will you turn around and face the things that you're running away from, or do you want to run away? And if this video hits, hit that like button because I know that you liked the video and I can make more of that video. And if you want to see my recent upload, click this box, and YouTube and I think that this is the perfect video for you because it's mostly suited for you, and in the middle you can subscribe here. And as for that, thank you for watching guys, and I am rooting for you.